Hey guys, this is Feeder, and I finally sort of got off my ass and started making videos again. So this is the second video I'm doing about cosmetic item trading. And the one I did yesterday had to do with basically how to do a quick price check and what sites to use and a little bit about how to use them in order to start trading your items. So, if you have no idea how to trade things, please go watch that video. And if you're a total trading expert and you know what you're doing, I don't know why you're here, I wouldn't bother. The audience that I intend for this video is people who are either looking to build up their inventory a bit or get some big ticket items, so they're planning to trade for profit for that reason, or maybe folks who want to get into trading Dota 2 cosmetic items with the aim of making money but aren't really sure where to start. If that's what situation you're in, then this is for you, and hopefully it'll be useful. So let's get started here. I made a little PowerPoint to keep me on track. Alright, so number one rule, learn the item values, and if you don't know them, you need to be able to perform a price check quickly. This is really important, guys. It's the absolute basic of trading. If you don't know the item value, you're not going to be able to know if you're getting a decent deal or not, or if what you're doing is totally shitty. So this does not mean know how to go to Dota2prices.com. That website is not correct. You need to perform a real price check. You need to keep an eye on the prices so you know when they're going up and down, especially things like immortals, genuines, unusual couriers, or new couriers that are popular, or popular sets. This is super important. Don't skip it. If you are too lazy for this, then I wouldn't bother trading. So, okay, next one. Alright, so there are kind of two major types of trading, and the one is fast trading and the other is sort of investments or speculation. I call it slow trading, but I don't think that's the actual term for it. Okay, so what is fast trading? Fast trading is making lots of small trades where you're making a small profit on each one. You could be making a large profit, but it's a lot more unusual to run across a huge deal on, you know, like a time breaker that's 20 keys less than it should be or something like that. That's a ridiculous example because I'm not sure they're much more than 20 keys, but you get the idea. Usually you're, you know, buying low and selling high, buying a set for 4 keys and selling it for 5, or if you're lucky, or 4 and 3 random rares. So you're making a couple random rares or a key or 2 on a trade most of the time. But if you do enough trades, then you will work hard and make keys or random rares or whatever it is you're collecting. Okay, that is fast trading. It's a lot of work, and it involves a lot of hitting refresh and like searching for 10 different things over and over again. So it requires work, that's what I'm saying. Investment or speculation trading is a lot less work. It involves kind of having an idea about how the market's going to go over time and purchasing a lot of an item when it is low price, and you have a feeling or an idea that it's going to go up over time and that you plan to sell it when it gets to a point where you think it's either done going up or you just want to do something else. Maybe it's not making money fast enough for you, I don't know. This I would not recommend starting with if you're new to trading. There are tons of people out there that know what they're doing and know how the market works, and even market manipulators who are kind of changing the market just by things that they say or do. And they know what's going on, and you don't if you're just starting out. Fast trading is a lot easier to get into, and if you get good at that, you will actually learn the prices and learn the market and learn how things work, and at that point I would recommend switching over or diversifying into investment trading. But don't start there. It's not going to end well. So, I mean, it could, but it's unlikely to end well. Just start with fast trading. Get to know how things work, and then you can move on to that. Okay, so let's talk a little more about fast trading, since that's where I'm recommending you start. Get your ass on Dota 2 Lounge and on Reddit. Keep an eye on the new tab on the Reddit trading subreddit, whatever it is, and basically, I know this is hard to do when you haven't started trading yet, but you want to keep as many popular items in your inventory as possible. So you want to have as big of an inventory as you can and as diverse of an inventory as you can, because the more stuff you have on hand, the faster you're going to be able to jump on a trade where someone is looking for a particular item and offering a good deal on it. If you have to go out and acquire that item to then go trade with them, probably by that time someone else will already have done it, and you'll have not only lost the good deal, but then you'll be stuck with this item that you didn't necessarily want. So it's good to keep as many items in your inventory as possible. Stick to popular items. This will allow you to actually learn the prices by heart. You don't want to have to do a price check every time, especially if you're trying to jump on something that looks good. Having to go do a long price check can sometimes mean that you lose the trade. So stick to popular items, learn them. Don't be afraid to take a loss if you do need to get an item to then trade for something else quickly. This definitely happens. I know when I was trading a lot back in the day, and codal staffs for like 5 keys, I would just always have one, and I would get rid of it if I needed the keys. I might sell it for less than it was worth, and occasionally people were looking for a codal staff and I didn't have one, which was rare, but it did happen, and I would overpay for it occasionally to get that deal that I needed to get. So don't be afraid to take a loss if it means that you can make a profit, but try not to do it often. You can get screwed, and it's just not good to do. Okay, let's see. So I think I went over things stick to popular items. That's also because tons of those are getting bought and sold. That means there's more opportunities to find the outliers, the buy low, sell high trades, if there are a lot of trades going on. Okay. Let's talk for a second about sharking, just because I think it's a horrible thing that people do and I don't think it's worth it. So what is sharking? Sharking is like trolling around for somebody that's a new trader and trying to offer them really shitty deal, and you know it's a shitty deal and you hope that they don't know it's a shitty deal and you're basically trying to screw them. Don't do it. It's pretty dick. When people post a great deal on Dota 2 Lounge or Reddit or whatever, they know what they're offering and they know what they want, and that's fine. That's totally okay. But going around and trying to take advantage of people who don't know what they are offering and don't know what they want is a totally douche move, so please don't. It's really not worth it to be a douchebag. You can be a perfectly good trader without doing that, so yeah, don't do it. Okay, I've said that enough. The other thing I would say don't do is after you make an agreement with somebody and you add them on Steam and you go to make a trade, don't haggle anymore. You already agreed, and it's a good way to lose a trade to try to like stick somebody for a little tiny bit more when you're already making the trade that you thought was a good trade. So don't do that either. It's just not cool. Okay, so where do you make a profit if you're not going to go around sharking people? And, you know, fast trading only makes so much and investment trading takes too long. Where do the profits come from? Risky trading is a great way to lose value, but it's also a great way to gain a lot of value. And this can happen in spaces where there's uncertainty about prices or instability in prices. So an example of uncertainty is like when a brand new effect courier comes out, people don't really know how the price is going to stabilize, if it's going to be high, low, whatever. Like lava couriers, when they came out, people weren't sure what to trade them for. They had no idea how the community was going to react to that courier and what the price point would be. So I'm sure tons of them got sold too low or too high, and you want to be the guy that buys the ones that are being sold too low or sells them too high if you happen to get one before the price stabilizes to something that everybody knows. So that's sort of an aesthetic judgment on your part. If you have good taste and you know what people are going to like, that's an especially nice place to take advantage of good deals and good sales. Go ahead and go ahead and try that out. Do understand that you could get burned doing that. I definitely did. When Cursed Couriers first came out, I bought a Cursed Demon, and I had so much trouble getting rid of that thing. I eventually did, but like, seriously, if you find it aesthetically pleasing and you think other people will, then maybe be willing to take a leap, but don't get something that you don't even like, because then it's just not good. Alright, so instability is the other place. And what do I mean by that? That's like prices that are going to be rapidly changing, or in fact are rapidly changing, either jumping on it immediately if something is going up, or jumping on selling something immediately if it is crashing. And examples of that, like when new keys come out, they tend to be very expensive. So you can get, you could trade maybe 2 new keys for 3 old keys. Now if you're having money in your Steam wallet, you can say buy for $5 2 new keys, trade those for 3 old keys, and then sell those old keys on the Steam market for like $2 each, and you just made $1. And then rinse and repeat. So basically, I occasionally do that if I want some Steam market money. When a new key comes out, do the 2 to 3s and just keep doing it. And it takes work, and you know the price on those new keys is going to drop quickly, but while they're high, you want to take advantage of it. When TI3 boxes started dropping, initially they were like $2 for a box, which is ridiculous. Anyone who's checked the Steam market for treasure chests knows they're usually like 3 cents. The exception being the Invoker chests, which are like $1 each, and only likely to go up since there aren't going to be any more of that particular chest series. But yeah, a nice thing to do when those $2 TI3 chests were there is some people would then sell them for like a normal chest price. So if you were on the Steam market and keeping track of that, you'd be able to buy a chest for like super low and then sell it super high. But by the next day they'd already dropped down to like 25 cents and stabilized there. So you have to know that that's going on, and you have to be taking advantage of it while it is. So you need to know about these instabilities, keep an eye on that sort of a thing, and be ready to be there and trade when it's going on. Okay. Yep. High risk trades. Make lots of keys. Good stuff. Okay, so in general, do your research and stay current. Like, for example, the hook prices jumped fairly recently when the new patch came out and Pudge was allowed to use a blink dagger. They actually like skyrocketed for a brief amount of time and then kind of dropped back down. But if you knew that was going on, and that the speculation was happening, and you happened to have a hook around, you could sell it at that peak price before it dropped down again after the patch actually came out, and make some money, buy a new hook, and have some leftover profit that you made. So how do you do that? I would highly recommend checking the Dota 2 subreddit for trading all the time. At least once a day, more than that if you are actually serious about doing this. That tends to be where price manipulations do happen. People are posting, questions where they're asking, oh, why is the hook price rising so much? Which then makes people notice that it is, and then more people might want to buy it, and then it keeps rising. So if you're keeping an eye on who's manipulating what prices and how things are going up and down, etc., or if there's, restock in the Valve store and this genuine's about to drop in price, or it already has, things like that, you really need to know when that stuff is happening. Know when a new hero is not a new hero is coming out. Know when a new buff is coming out for a hero or a nerf, where items for that hero are going to be more or less popular because of that. If you know something like that, then you'll be able to actually take advantage of it. So do your research, stay current, check Reddit, check Dota 2 Traders trade chat, and hopefully I'll put links here so you guys can click on them as I'm talking about it. There's a trade chat if you join Dota 2 Traders, which I highly suggest, and people often will mention things of interest there that you should be keeping an eye on as well. So yeah, don't get lazy if you're actually serious about this. You need to keep current and know what the prices are and why they're changing and when they're changing and all that good stuff if you want to ever make a decent profit. Okay, let's see. I think I'll finish this off with an example of an interesting item, an item that I think is interesting. Let's see, get to my screen here. One thing that not heaven piercing pauldrons, although I do think those are interesting and I like them. The Immortal Reliquary was something that I made some cash trading a little while ago. This item is immortal. There's not that many of it still out there since people opened up a bunch of them to get their stuff. And as you can see, it's rising, but it's got quite a bit of ups and downs in it. You will notice if I go to Dota 2 Lounge and search this, that A, there aren't going to be a lot of them on here. But B, the prices are going to be interesting and varied. So this person is making a ridiculous offer at this point. Of course, if it goes up, it will cease to be ridiculous. This person wants offer. Let's see what the offers are. I'm just curious. I haven't actually looked at this. Person's offering 9 keys. Interesting. This person wants to sell theirs for 10 keys. $30. Feeder end doesn't know how much they want to sell it for. I think I saw one for 8 keys on here a little while ago. But my point is, like, you're getting people selling something here for like 8 keys, and on the Steam market it's going for like $24.85 or more. Actually, the next one up is $27.50. So my point is that knowing what's happening with an item like this, maybe there's not that much of, but it's something that's quite clearly trending upwards over time, and people aren't necessarily catching up with that on the Dota 2 Lounge. Looking for things like that are opportunities where you can make some make some keys or whatever you're trying to make of profit. Steam market money, keys, hooks, whatever it is that you're looking for. Okay, but my point is, like, you want to research specific items. You want to see if you can find some where there's some, you know, uncertainty going on with the price, and I think that's just a good example of that. Okay, I think I'm out of ideas for now. Please, if you have any questions, by all means post in the comments. If I do another video, it'll probably be because people have asked interesting questions that I feel like I can actually talk about. If I don't know, I'll just respond in the comments that I have no idea. So anyway, I hope this was at least somewhat informative or educational. If it wasn't, feel free to leave me some constructive criticism. I always do appreciate that. I also appreciate hearing why things were helpful, or, you know, if you liked a certain thing, or if I helped you out at all, that would be good to hear too. So go ahead and subscribe if you want to see other videos by me. Like the video if you want to make me feel happy like I did something good here. And give me feedback if you think I did a shitty job and you have something to say about it. Alright guys, take care, have fun playing Dota and trading your items, and I will see y'all next time.